Welcome to Smack Talk. As always, the link down below in the description box to credit WWE for piecing this article, hopefully accurately this week, just for me. So we started off the night, in my opinion, with a banger. LA Knight was confronted by the Bloodline and Paul Heyman. They had a nice little exchange. You done flapping your fat gals? Oh, man. Oh, that was just funny. Or jowls, sorry. I'm French. It was just great. It was just awesome. And then, of course, things started to heat up. The Bloodline were going to go in there and try to put the lights out on LA Knight. You see what I did there? And then, of course, Cena was there to help out. I'm going to check my notes again just to make sure. Yeah, and what was interesting, and this happens all the time, and I talk about it all the time because if it's happening each time, I'm going to talk about it each time. I never understand when people are like, yeah, I'm getting in there, and then, oh, the odds are even, we're going to back out. It still makes no sense to me whatsoever because Solo Sikoa is not a chicken shit. Are you kidding me? He's not afraid. But whatever, I still like to critique that because to me it's just not realistic. They stepped away, and whatever, okay? Then we had a match with Charlotte Flair and Asuka, and they defeated Io Sky and Bayley. It was a great match. I thought it was really, really nice. As always, I'm a huge fan of Asuka, Io, Charlotte, pretty much everybody but Bayley. I have a lot of respect for Bayley. You need to understand that, a tremendous amount of respect for Bayley. And I like her as a person, as a human being. But as a competitor, it's kind of like, whatever. I'll just leave it at that. That's just my thoughts on that matter. And Fastlane's tonight, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen if Charlotte's going to be the 57th time world champion. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting, to say the least. Bobby Boy Lashley defeats Rey Mysterio. I really enjoyed this match. I think I'm about Rey's size, a bit taller, because I'm like 5'9", 5'10". Well, I guess I'm not the same size. I just mean, but goddamn, when he went like face to face with Bobby Lashley, it was like, wow. I think the last time I remember seeing that size difference and being put into perspective just how big Bobby Lashley is, or quote-unquote how small Rey Mysterio is, was back in the day when Rey Mysterio would wrestle Batista, because Batista's a big dude as well. But yeah, this was like a really, really good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, checking my cheat sheets to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything as per the match. Dragon Lee defeats Austin Theory. This was just money. This really had a capital E in WWE for entertainment. Somebody commented the last time and I was like, this is weird. Title defense for Dragon Lee with Dirty Dom Dom, who's now the NXT North American champion once again. Trick Williams, I believe is his name, because I don't watch NXT. Was champion for a day. That's kind of weird. What was the point of that? I can't say that I understand it, and that's why I'm on this side of the camera and not in Hartford, Connecticut or whatever working for WWE, because I don't get it. These aren't decisions that I would be making. But anyhow, and I was told that Dragon Lee, I almost called him Bruce Lee, is an NXT competitor. However, this is like the second time now I see him competing on Raw or on SmackDown on the main brand. I still don't know now. Is he like NXT or did he make his way officially up to the main roster? I don't know. Either which way, Austin Theory deserves a medal for a couple of reasons. He's great in-ring worker, but he's really good at selling. Like, he's really, really good, like above average for a superstar of the caliber of being in WWE at selling. It's just unbelievable. And I really enjoyed this match a lot. And I am going to go here. So at one point, we had a backstage little snippet there for like 3 seconds where they were walking and Priest asks JD McNugget why he's there. And I just don't understand the why behind that. It's like time and time again, It is blatantly obvious that JD really, really is about spreading the sauce, the love, with the Judgment Day. Get it? McNugget, the sauce. Anyways, that didn't work out. And for Priest to just be going on and on about it, like to the point where he wants to punch him out, it just makes no sense to me to have that much animosity towards the guy. But, here we go. Here we are. Then at one point, we had the Judgment Day in the locker room, and Bloodline confronted them. They're like, hey, I think you're in the wrong locker room. And they're like, yeah, no, we're supposed to be here, says the Judgment Day. And then Rhea Ripley said, Vamos, everybody, get out. It was just her and Paul Heyman. And obviously, she was all like, you don't need to call Roman Reigns. I'm authorizing this little partnership of ours. And I thought that that was really interesting. Now, near the end, by the way, Cameron Grimes helps out Dragon Lee because Austin Theory had Aussie Boy try and interfere, and it just didn't work out. But again, I was thoroughly entertained. I really enjoyed myself. This was like a really, really fun SmackDown for me. See, you could see some of the snippets here where they were talking, and then when the Judgment Day and the Bloodline faced each other. And what's really nice about that, too, I want to touch on that again for a second. It's kind of like in real life. Just because you're a bad guy or a good guy doesn't mean you're automatically just going to get along. Look at Jey Uso with the angle that he's faced, but yet there's other faces in the WWE that aren't exactly the most excited with him. Now you've got two groups, the Judgment Day and the Bloodline, both heels, yet they're looking at each other as if one of them was face. So it just makes it more believable, more realistic. Just because you're the heel doesn't mean you're all just going to see eye to eye, right? So that I really appreciate that dynamic right there. So LA Knight does defeat Jimmy Uso by disqualification because Solo interfered, and this was just magic because Cody Rhodes, then Jey Uso came out, stood by John Cena, who came out to help out LA Knight to fight off against the Bloodline, and again. Oh no, the brawl did ensue. That's right. They were thinking of backing away, and Solo was like, yeah, well, I'll just walk away as Paul Heyman grabs his hand. I'm like, bitch, I would have just ran in there. I'm not backing away from shit. But yeah, so that little brawl broke out, and I thought it was fantastic. Oh, did I mention the Cameron Grimes? I got distracted. Yeah, so Cameron Grimes there with Dragon Lee was cool. I don't know what their history is, because usually there's like a little bit of a kind of a history. Maybe it's because they're both originally from NXT. I don't know. Again, if I don't know something, I have no shame in just stating that I just don't fucking know. It's really that simple. Now, there was a part which isn't on here that I want to talk about. Triple H is coming next week on SmackDown. I close my eyes because it helps me like not get the stimulation of seeing everything and I don't get distracted. We have the Yes Boys, Pretty Deadly. They're coming back. They are facing the Fridge Holland and Butch, the Butcher. And we also have Triple H coming back. Now, because there was an injury for tonight's match, Rey Mysterio makes a call for assistance for Fastlane. And I'm thinking, and I can't help but think, it has to be none other than Carlito, right? I really, really hope that that's him, because back in May, at Backlash, was it? Was it called Backlash? In May 26th, somewhere around that time frame, Carlito came back to help the LWO out. And the pop, I mean, they were in Puerto Rico, but still, the pop, wow, it was loud. Like, if you were deaf, you weren't doing no sign language anymore. You could just hear after that, okay? That's why my comedy career never took off, by the way. I really hope that it's Carlito. I can't think of anybody else that it could be. Really. So it's almost obvious, but I still like the little bit of suspense because you still don't know for certain. And I hope he makes another special guest appearance, because the rumor is, by the way, in closing, is that Carlito is actually officially signed with the WWE. I'm saying supposedly because I don't have proof. I didn't see his contract. I don't know Carlito. Him and I aren't boys. I didn't call him up and say, hey, is that true? Or maybe he did disclose it. I don't know. But when I don't know something for certain, I want to state that for obvious reasons. So yeah, let's just hope that it's Carlito, at least for me and a few others I'm sure that are fans of his. He's come a long way. Years ago, he had problems with painkillers and all that kind of stuff, and now he seems to have cleaned up, obviously, hitting the gym, taking things really seriously at a later stage in his life. We're both the same age. We're both 44, although I'm going to be 45 next month, but let's not talk about that. And I think that is all I have to say about this. I don't think... Yeah, like I said, the biggest confusing thing for me was seeing Dirty Dom Dom. I almost called him Dum Dum. Dirty Dom. I like Dom. Dirty Dom Dom. Back with the belt. Why did he lose it for a day? Whatever. As always, thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. You didn't like the video, thumbs down. We'll bend it in half, twist it, and I'll break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, exactly, I don't even need to finish that sentence. It's obvious what I want you to do. But what do you want to do? And if not, well, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.